Pure lust isn't random. It's a coded broadcast your nervous system keeps missing. Tonight, I'm handing you the decoder. Not pickup lines. Not cheesy routines. A clinical, slightly impolite map of secret signals women leak when desire flips from curious to combustible. Think of it as behavioral thermography. When heat rises, the body betrays the story the mouth won't say. If you want a real advantage, stop bargaining with words and start observing the biological reality. The tiny shifts in gaze, voice, distance, and timing that evolution wired long before modern dating apps turned attention into a slot machine. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most men chase certainty instead of signal. They interrogate, overtext, oversell. Lust doesn't answer interrogations. It responds to nerve. Calm dominance, precise timing, clean boundaries. That's the habitat where her animal brain can say yes without her social brain composing a memo about it. Tonight, we build that habitat. Mini reveal, there's a trap in the eyes. You'll want to believe she's just polite. But in stable lighting, pupil dilation doesn't care about politeness. It cares about arousal. Watch what happens when you stop filling silence and simply hold eye contact for one extra beat. Blink rate drops, breath synchronizes, and she breaks gaze down left before circling back. That's not small talk, that's circuitry. Learn the language, claim the frame, and let the signals come to you. Speak less. Notice more. Then move with intent. Here's the core problem. Men listen to sentences and ignore signals. We cling to declarative comfort. I'm not sure, maybe later, let's see, as if words were contracts. But attraction lives in micro-behaviors the prefrontal cortex rationalizes after the fact. Her social brain keeps things polite. Her animal brain leaks data. When you privilege speech over signal, you surrender your advantage and overinvest in ambiguity. 3 predictable errors appear. First, projection. You map your desire onto neutral behavior and chase ghosts. Second, confirmation bias. Once you decide she likes you, every gesture becomes proof, and you escalate too fast. Third, dopamine overdrive. Intermittent replies spike your reward system, so you double text, joke harder, and sell features like a nervous salesman. In each case, you broadcast need, not leadership. Faux science interlude, useful, not sacred. The limbic system fires fast. The cortex narrates slowly. Signals, eye play, proximity shifts, vocal tone, arrive milliseconds before conscious storytelling. That's why I'm not looking for anything, can coexist with dilated pupils and incremental touch. The narrative isn't lying, it's lagging. Mini reveal, watch the polite exit that doesn't exit. She says she's leaving, yet she lingers, adjusts her hair, retouches lip balm, asks one extra question, repositions so her hip faces you. If you chase, she retreats. If you hold frame and offer a crisp next step with an easy out, she often accepts. The signal was interest gated by risk, not a hard no. Ethics matter. We critique behavior, not women. Consent is explicit, enthusiastic, and revisable. Reading signals isn't licensed to pressure. It's a filter that keeps you from pestering the uninterested and helps you respect your own boundaries. Here's the reframe. Treat words as context, signals as data, and your actions as experiments. Calm the impulse to convince. Lead the tempo, set clear time windows, and check for 2 greens before any escalation. Awareness replaces anxiety, standards replace neediness, results replace stories for good. Here's the clinical backbone. Dopamine is the spark, anticipation, novelty, the maybe. Norepinephrine is the accelerator, heightened alertness, sharper focus, that magnetic pull toward what's slightly forbidden. Oxytocin is the glue, bonding, warmth, aftercare. When lust is greater than bonding, dopamine and norepinephrine dominate the early window while oxytocin stays low. Translation: she feels thrill and focus before she feels attachment. That's why speed, surprise, and contrast matter more than heartfelt essays at the opening move. Arousal lives in windows, not marathons. These windows are context-dependent. Novelty, you feel like a new stimulus. Secrecy, others aren't watching. And risk, just enough edge to wake the nervous system. Frame the interaction so it feels like a private channel in a public world. Shared angle at the bar, low voice, a subtle inside joke. Make it low friction to say yes and easy to exit. Lust rewards proximity plus plausible deniability. Evolution runs a tight audit. Across time, Women tracked pre-selection signals that other women have already filtered you. The brain encodes it as safer bet. You'll also see mate choice copying. Interest spikes when a competitor signals you're desirable. You never brag, the room brags for you. Friends greet you first, staff knows your name. A woman you're not pursuing laughs at your line from across the room. Status. Without theater. Mini reveal, the setting filter. In a loud basement bar, bass and darkness lower inhibition, compress distance, and make I play feel secret, arousal window widens. In a bright morning cafe, social optics punish risk. Distance expands, voices rise, eye contact shortens, arousal window narrows. Adjust your tempo to the room. Fewer words, closer angles at night, slower cadence, clearer logistics by day. Master the windows, and you master the advantage. Eye play and pupil game. You hold eye contact in steady light. She holds it back a fraction too long, pupils widening as if the room dimmed 2 stops. Her breath pauses, then syncs with yours. Mini reveal, blink rate drop. Blinks slow down when arousal spikes. This isn't manners. Polite eyes glance, reset, and don't dilate under constant lighting. Respond with boundaries. Keep still, soften your voice, and test presence, not need, I like this pace. Let's stay right here for a minute. If she relocks your gaze and leans in, you have data. Micro proximity. In crowded space, she edges closer than social comfort, hip turn toward you, shoulder brushing twice in 5 minutes. The accidental touch repeats with suspicious accuracy. That's not clumsiness. That's a nervous system seeking contact while preserving deniability. Mini reveal, the neutral reset. Briefly step back to baseline posture. If she re-enters the pocket on her own, it's signal, not drift. Response with boundaries, I'm good here, come closer if you want. You allow invitation without chasing. Consent remains explicit and pressure stays low. Vocal shift. Her pitch drops half a step. Consonants lengthen at the sentence tail. Laughter comes shorter. Then she glances down left and returns. Under arousal, breath deepens and tone darkens. Courtesy usually lifts pitch and speeds tempo. Mini reveal. The quick laugh plus head turn left. It's a safety blink before re-engagement. Treat it as interest, not victory. Boundary reply, match tempo, not volume, slow down with me. Then ask a clean, choice-based question. Stay 5 more minutes or text me later for night coffee. Clear options, no cornering. Adornment tweaks. She touches the hollow of her neck, rotates an earring, smooths fabric to expose clavicle arcs she'd normally keep covered. These aren't random fidgets. They escalate display without saying a word. Social politeness doesn't increase exposed lines. Arousal often highlights the collarbone and neck. Mini reveal. Breath sync when you step closer. If your diaphragms match cadence, tension is mutual. Boundary response. Mark the moment, then slow the frame. You look great. Let's not rush. If she maintains openness after the pause, you guide with calm, not pressure. Territory invitations. Show me your playlist. You'd hate my late night coffee order, or we should compare awful takeout spots. Each suggestion quietly shifts you to a semi-private zone, often at a late hour. Politeness prefers daylight and groups. Lust compresses time and space. Mini reveal. She locks her phone yet tilts it your way. A private window opened publicly. Boundary play. Another time works too. Tonight, 20 minutes, then I bounce. You set a timer, keeping value and safety high. If she accepts the constraint, interest beats attention seeking. Secrecy and rule bending. She suggests leaving the circle, choosing a dim corner or fresh air walk, then floats an inside joke with a slightly risque edge to see if you flinch. Politeness wants witnesses, arousal wants cover. Mini reveal, a bold tease to test your boundary. Answer with standards, not shock value clever. Keep it playful, not reckless. Then offer a container, 10 minutes outside, then we return. If she lights up inside structure, you've confirmed desire calibrated by safety, not chaos. Consent remains explicit, and momentum stays earned. Competitive tease. She references the bartender or a friend, glancing between you and the rival as if running a quiet A/B test. This isn't cruelty, it's pre-selection sampling. Mini reveal. Track her eye saccades. Does she return to you faster after the rival appears? That rebound is the tell. Your reply, refuse the duel, Hold frame, he's solid. We're mid-conversation. Then pivot to novel ground. When she chooses you without you competing, the choice is clean. If she escalates rivalry, you de-escalate. Attention games fail against self-possession. Tempo test. She surges forward, flirt hard, proximity tight, hand to forearm, and then cut speed like a brake check. She's testing. Do you lunge or can you coast? Mini reveal. When you don't chase, she returns faster, often warmer. It's not manipulation, it's nervous system pacing. Boundary response. Mirror her pause. I like the breaks. Keeps it real. Then offer a simple consent-checked step. Walk me to the corner? If not, we keep chatting here. 2 greens or you hold. Discipline under heat amplifies your advantage without coercion. Digital lust cues. Messages land after 11 p.m. Replies arrive in compressed intervals. Reactions skew intimate or ambiguous on purpose. This isn't generic boredom. Timing plus intensity signal arousal windows. Mini reveal. When you slow your response, she double texts, reopening the loop. Boundary protocol. Keep texts logistical, not performative. Free for a short tea at 9:30? If not, another night. No therapy paragraphs. No emoji essays. If she stays rapid at clear logistics, green. If she drifts under specifics, it was attention, not lust. Contextual amplifiers. Bass, low light, and compressed spaces reduce self-monitoring, making closeness feel natural rather than forced. Alcohol is a confounder. Never use it as a strategy. Instead, use environmental edges ethically. Stand at a 45-degree angle. Speak under the noise so proximity is chosen, not imposed. Mini reveal. She touches your shoulder to speak instead of calling louder. That's intentional contact. Boundary response. Here's quieter. Relocate modestly. If she follows eagerly and re-engages touch, momentum is mutual. If not, you release pressure and reset. Mistaken reads. Lust versus attention seeking. Attention spikes with public visibility and fades in privacy. Lust strengthens off stage. Lust versus boredom. Boredom scrolls, splits focus, avoids logistics. Lust narrows focus and makes specific near-term plans. Lust versus social politeness. Politeness avoids rule bending, late hours, and closeness. Lust invites them and then watches your response. When uncertain, default to clarity. Propose a short plan with an easy out. Data over fantasy. If yes, proceed slowly. If no, accept and disengage without protest or resentment. Ethical edge. Signals are invitations, not consent. Consent is explicit, enthusiastic, and revisable at any moment. Your role is leadership with oxygen. Room to say no, room to change yes to not tonight without penalty. Read signals to protect your time, protect her dignity, and protect the chemistry from force. Boundaries multiply desire. Pressure strangles it. Keep your standards visible. Time-boxed invites, public to private transitions with check-ins, and the discipline to walk away when signals don't convert to words. That is mastery, not manipulation. Here's your operating system. Calm dominance, clean logistics, explicit consent. You don't chase waves, you set the tide. Start with time framing, short, specific windows that protect value and safety. I'm stepping out for 20 minutes of night coffee. Join or save it for another day. Next, spatial leadership. Choose environments that lower noise and raise clarity. Quiet corner, good lighting, an easy exit. Finally, verbal precision. Simple language, no sales pitch, frequent check-ins. Adopt the rule of 2 greens. You escalate only when you receive 2 consecutive green signals. Behavioral, she re-enters proximity, and verbal, she agrees to logistics. 1 green may be curiosity. 2 greens confirm desire. If signals split, hold your ground. Curiosity respects patience. Lust punishes neediness. Mini-script, you, I like this energy. Stay 15 minutes or text me for a late tea tomorrow. Her, 15's good. You, perfect. Let's grab the quiet table. If you change your mind, no pressure. Notice the structure: invitation, boundary, consent, escape hatch. You remove awkward guessing while keeping her autonomy intact. If she says no, or enthusiasm fades, you release. Walk away warm, not wounded, all good. Another time. Then disengage. Upgrade your inputs. Posture tall, movements unhurried, eye contact steady, voice under the noise. Keep your phone down. Stop solving chemistry with paragraphs. Make fewer, better offers. Protect your mornings, protect your standards, and the right signals compound. Consent stays explicit and enthusiastic. Master the frame, and you control tempo without control games. That is how men keep advantage without losing integrity. Here's the hard edge. If you can't read pure lust, you'll fund ambiguity with time, money, and self-respect. Words will keep you negotiating. Signals would have kept you moving. Biology rewards leadership, clarity, and boundaries, punishes neediness, over-explaining, and hope as strategy. Learn the windows, test for 2 greens, escalate cleanly, and walk when data turns red. Master this, and you gain advantage without games. Ignore it, and you'll relive the same almosts, the same maybe later, forever. You've just learned the anatomy of pure lust. Not fantasy, not pickup, but the raw behavioral code evolution still runs in every room you enter. Watch, breathe, and move with intent. Mastery doesn't come from chasing. It comes from noticing, from reading the data her body leaks before her words arrive. That's your advantage, biological reality, calmly decoded. If this kind of secret psychology gives you clarity, stay in this circle. Like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next layer of hidden signals most men will keep misreading. Comment signals decoded if you're ready to play the game consciously.